start with this? Like, what made you want to start this podcast?
It started because I want something which is get me out from thinking about making money. Yeah. A bit unique, right? Like,
I mean, there's so many ways other ways that you could do it, right? To get, but why this?
We are on record already, right? Yeah, actually, okay, we can just record this down. Why? To me, dialogue is something that I hold very closely to my heart. Like, it's because of how my family believe also. Like, we believe in we solve things through communication.
Okay.
And I being brought up in such a culture where, dialogue can change a person. And it's through heart-to-heart dialogue. Like, it's just connect, like you can feel the energy to connect. It's like the 真心的对话.
Yeah.
This is something that it's in my heart. And my mentor, he has been doing dialogue across the world with different leaders in the world. And I mean, he passed on already. So
sorry.
I actually wanted to continue his legacy. Yes, and then when I started this, it was last year. Yes, last year, and I thought that the suicidal rate is increasing also. And last year the Coco Liwen suicide.
Yes.
I'm not her fan at all, but when I knew about her suicide case, right, it actually quite puzzled me because she's such a very strong identity, right? She pitched about women empowering, about self-love.
Yeah.
Such a person, how could this person actually commit suicide? Yeah. It's a very red flag to me myself also. Like I could be seen very strong or very positive, but actually not much people know that I had suicidal thoughts also. I may not even dare to commit that, but there are many, many times I think about if I jump off the building or if I just crash the car since I was young. And I actually wasn't know was these thoughts normal or not. Because it just came naturally. Yeah. But it's just, sometimes people just don't see that I would have that. So when I came to know Coco actually committed suicide, and I asked myself, okay, why is this happening? Is it because this society has just become everything's on the phone? I see on social media, you are okay means you are okay. And the content nowadays is really a lot about funny thing. I would say, okay, it's good to have fun, laugh off, but then what's the value behind that piece of information when it come out, right? And I thought I want to have a podcast which is, I don't want to make it just podcast. I want like today what we are doing right now, the guests are free to ask the host question and free to share a piece of, what's your thoughts, and the host can share my thoughts also.
Yeah.
That's why I want to call it dialogue. And heart to heart is because to me, I always do things just based on my heart. Like whatever things I do, like even how I consult my client also, like I don't. So this is something that is very, very 反差很大, because when we say, oh, financial consultant, we just want to make money. A lot of us are money driven, right? And it's not wrong. But this really made me so tired of, what I'm doing.
So you feel like you keep chasing the numbers lah?
Yes.
And how long have you been in this line?
7 years.
Wow, okay.
And it's meaningless actually to me. Like I'm not that kind of person. And I don't want to become that person also. And to me, I believe that so long as the things that I do carries value, the money will follow. And it's okay, like even if I don't earn a lot, but I know I won't be like 我不会饿死啊.
Yeah. So long as you take care of your daily and all that, the lifestyle that you want.
Yeah. So actually that's how I started this podcast. It's just, I thought I want to have valuable information, or at least, I'm not sure when I'm going to die, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I just had this thought, like this early morning. I was like, if I can't wake up tomorrow morning, would I be regretted of the life that I'm actually living right now? No. Because someone like my friend's mom just passed on last night. And probably,
Last night?
Yeah, last night. So probably this actually prompted me a lot. And I dreamt about my mom. Like, had a video call with my mom. So I thought, So when I woke up, I asked myself, would I be regret if I just couldn't wake up already? Because it's something that, the best way to die is just not waking up. The best way to die is die while I'm
in sleeping.
Yeah, in the sleep, right? I asked myself, would I be regret? Would I be regret of not accompanying my parents enough? No, actually no, because I know that I already tried my best to bring them everywhere that I can.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think
there's no conversation left unsaid, no action left undone.
They know how much I love them. Like I always convey to them like I love them, and I shared to them my purpose. Why am I doing all this? Because I want them to be proud of me as well.
Yeah.
And I hope that the things that I do would slowly, actually they I can tell they change. They know how to express their love right now.
In the past, no?
Not really though. Like maybe it's just shy, their generation.
But then you mentioned that you had the conversation with them. Is it since before, or it only started after some?
Yes, it was the episode 0 of this podcast.
Ah, okay.
I just put my camera there. I recorded myself, not in the studio. I just thought, hey, let's come and have a dialogue. That was the first time we had a proper dialogue after like
with
33 years. Yeah, with the parents.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow. After
33 years, like that was the first time I came to know, wow, my parents trusted me so much.
For them to be on your podcast, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That really shows the relationship that you all have actually.
Yeah, the trust.
Oh, wow.
That's why I even want to call this a heart-to-heart dialogue.
Yeah, that's because not many parents will do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, maybe because I'm who I am, because my parents, right? My parents are very spontaneous. They are very steady kind. That's why I'm...
That sounds fun.
They are very fun. Yeah, so actually that's how I started. Just want to... I never imagined my podcast is going to be like, wow, boom, that kind of podcast. I just want this podcast to be one day someone scroll through and this podcast just somehow change their life, or maybe save a life, or just maybe open up a different path.
And let it be a platform that they can go to after this. Because, like what you mentioned about this suicide rate and all that. So over the years, I've had, because I don't anymore. I used to do coaching for kids. And I used to get calls from parents and to talk to kids. And then there was a 13-year-old kid who herself is not she doesn't have suicide thoughts, but she has had 2 other friends, classmates who have had attempted suicides, and that's 13 years old.
Yeah.
So when I heard it, I was like, and for me to want to think about attempting suicide means you must have thought about all ways and you have no way out.
Yes.
And that's sad for me. Yeah. So yeah, that was the thought that came to me when you mentioned that. And, like how you say, a lot of times strong women, people think that, this person has it together.
Yeah.
A sure okay one.
Yeah.
Right. But nobody knows the deep down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, like you mentioned, I think it's not just about showing the strong side, it's also showing the vulnerable side. Yeah, so that people can, it paved the way for people to know that, hey, it's actually okay. Because a lot of times, vulnerability looks like a very weak thing to have.
Absolutely, yes, correct.
Yeah.
I think it took me years to learn how to be vulnerable. I wasn't like that before. Like if you want me to cry in front of camera, no, never.
So what changed?
it's also because of one of the coach that I met before. He somehow found out that, Kenny, why you always want to portray yourself so strong? It's okay to seek help. What? Seeking help doesn't mean you are weak. And that's when I started to change. And when I start to seek help, be vulnerable a little bit, that's when I found out actually people connect through vulnerability, not because of me being so strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that connection requires vulnerability lah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And same. It's because I take after my mom. My mom's a very strong woman. Right. And when I was younger, that's how I thought I need to be strong. Everything got together. So even today, that is we call this image lah.
Yeah.
Right. My image will always be that put together, strong, got it all together. But then I realized that keeps me at a distance from other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people think like, oh, Sophie is so strong. Like maybe even if I were to share to her about my problem, she may not be understand.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this episode is going to be very special because we started off without any proper introduction. It's okay because this is what heart-to-heart dialogue meant, right? Like we just started like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me do at least a proper, just one-liner introduction. Else my PA gonna kill me for that. Because she really wanted me to specifically mention this line. She'll be laughing when she's editing this.
She'll hate it.
Yeah. Okay, but we're gonna just keep everything very normal, very, very natural, okay, which is why I love it. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back to Heart to Heart Dialogue, where we connect hearts through meaningful dialogue. Yeah, so today, after 11 minutes of dialogue, yes, today we have Sophie with us, very special guest, and she does ontological coaching. Yeah, don't ask me, I don't really know what's ontological coaching, and to keep my curiosity, I didn't even went online and search what is ontological coaching. Yeah, so I think maybe for the past 11 minutes, I've been into her coaching session already.
No, I'm actually a human being before I'm a coach. So
yeah, so this is Sophie. Yeah, welcome, Sophie.
Hi, thank you for having me. Yes, I'm an ontological coach, and that's my background. So if your question is what's ontological coach, well, my coaches will be having a fit right now. So for me, ontological coaching is a lot to do with our ways of being.
Our ways of being.
And when we look at the different school of thoughts, right? So in this school of thought, we talk about our behavior, our body, our emotions, our language. So we look at that. So what we essentially do is when we look at a situation as an observer, like how we behave. We take one step back and look at how we behave or how we act or what our beliefs are, that created the actions or behaviors to how we respond in the situation.
How does ontological coaching style different from other coaching style? Because I thought all the coaching style are roughly the same.
Yeah, I think essentially it's more about what results we want to create, right? So in this leadership program that I help run in this training company, that one is more performance coaching.
Oh,
yeah. So that's very results oriented, like very tangible results, right? So that's more short term.
Okay.
So for ontological, for me, it's usually can be longer term. Like for my clients, usually I'll start with 6 months because we actually do look at. We look at the belief system. We look at their whether there's any limiting beliefs or conversations behind that. So not just on the action, but
I see.
on the behavior, but what's causing us to have the actions or behavior.
Can I use a layman term, like not just focus on the skill set, but also the mindset part, like how to reframe our thoughts?
Yes. So we do have, because for example, if we have a limiting belief, right, that shapes our mindset towards our actions, our behaviors towards certain situations. So yes, we actually take a step back and look at now how it can be, how do we come or how did we have this thought in the first place or belief in the first place, and then we work with that.
Maybe because of upbringing, the family background,
or the experiences that we had over the years. Yeah. However, yes, we do look at that part of it, but we don't dwell in it. So long as we have some findings or some discovery, and then we use that to see whether has it been working or has it not been working. And when I talk about working for what, right? Has it been working in helping ourselves move us to the direction that we want to go or the goals that we want to achieve? If not, then okay, we can look at it and do something different.
I see.
Yeah.
So
or be something different.
Okay, so that's mean to say like ontological coaching style is a style, but yet it depends on the coach how you would want this, what result you want to create. Performance, short term, or in long term, like changing my behavior, my thoughts, my belief.
Yeah. So it's more sustainable because for example, like, if I were to put an example, for example, if I want to solve, I want to achieve a goal, okay, and I try all methods really, A to Z, then what? Because I already tried everything. So then what we do is we take a step back, right, to see, okay, now, because I only have A to Z, I tried everything already, what else can I try?
Yeah.
So I take a step back. Now, what was my beliefs or my thoughts, right, that caused me to have only A to Z?
Yeah.
What was my level of awareness?
Yeah.
So when we do that, we could, one of the results could be, one of the outcomes could be that we lower our water level in terms of our awareness. So long as we are more aware, right, we have more options. So then instead of A to Z, we actually maybe have more options too.
Yep.
And that's just based on us looking at, okay, now what our beliefs before and all that.
Okay, so maybe let me put it into a more practical way. Maybe can Sophie, like, you try to like coach me a little bit? I just want to get a sense of how.
Okay, sure. Now, and before I can do that, maybe let me ask you, is there any area in your life that is, I want to say not working, but not working just means that it's not where you want to be at the moment?
Let me think. Relationship, okay. Career, okay. Maybe about career. Family is okay lah. Okay. Maybe about career and the things that I want to create.
Okay. Any specific area?
Okay, like because I'm in financial consulting, right? And I actually don't like to introduce myself as a financial consultant. Yeah.
Why is that? What have you got? What responses have you gotten that caused you not to?
This is a good question. Maybe to me, there's this belief that like how people would think about me, like, oh, they maybe would be skeptical with me first before they even talk to me about their problem. Yeah. So that's why I'm starting like woman empowering program right now, because money is foundation. Like managing money is, I don't even need to talk about it because everyone has to do it, has to like really learn about how to manage your finances. And I don't need to keep talking about managing finances, but why do you need to manage your finances? Like, for example, women, like, why do we need to have to be financially independent? Self-love, every single thing. So to me, I find more passion in talking about woman empowering and then subsequently about the financial, like how you need to manage your finances. Like recently I've been really trying to create this, but it's just like I need a breakthrough, but it's like where's the breakthrough point? Like I kind of stuck.
What is it? What is the end result that you want?
I want to, this is like my goal. I want to like really empower women globally, like not just in Singapore. I know this goal is like very big. I gave myself actually 15 years to do it. Like
empower women to do what?
Self-love. To bare minimally is to know about self-love, to be emotionally, financially independent. Yeah, because I've been through that period of myself being in a wrong relationship and get sucked into it and keep self-victimizing and thinking that I'm not good enough, not loving myself enough, yet keep loving other people and things just not get fixed by hoping that loving other people would fix myself. No, actually we should love ourselves first. And I'm not sure just why like I have been surrounding with all the divorced women. Like they just love mixing with me. Like they love talking to me. Maybe it's because of the heart-to-heart dialogue, like the vibes that I carry.
Yeah.
They're very comfortable with sharing with me their problems, and then I'm very resourceful, right? So I want to create such community, and people around me would just feel like 你不实际, like because how are you gonna make money out of this? So that's exactly the thing. Like whatever things that, why should we relate everything that I want to do with how much money I can make? I know that's a normal equation, but to me, it's just self-conflicting, and the more I try to think about it, right, the more I'm eating up my energy.
Yeah. So then I'm curious to know now, because it sounds like you're affected by what people ask you, like 不实际 and all that, or their what do you call that? Their response to what you want to do. Does it affect you?
Yeah, it affects me. Like maybe it's just me affecting myself. Like because as financial consultant, we have target to hit, right? I have my yearly goal I need to hit.
For sure.
I have to ask
stressful also, right?
Stressful, so I have to ask myself, like especially now it's year end already, right? Like while people chiong in for last quarter, right? Then I ask myself, why should I chiong while everyone is chionging? Like client is expecting financial consultant, like you sure want to squeeze me out. Final lap ready, right? I don't want to do the same thing, It's like, why must I squeeze my client during the last quarter? It's my problem, not theirs, right? And all the more, it's just, there's this sound or someone just talk to me like, hey, now you should actually plan for 2025. Actually, now is the best time to plan for it. Because if I keep squeezing myself until 31st December and I just rush starting my year like that, keep chasing again.
Yeah.
But then I'm not sure if this thought is correct or not correct. It's just, it's a self-conflicting thinking.
So in your 7 years, right? I believe this one is every year. The getting squeezed is an every year thing, is it? My guess lah.
This year actually now is more conflicting because women empowering is something that I just started that I really want to do it. And there's something that new, which would makes me feel afraid of, but yet it excites me at the same time.
So how's that conflicting? So conflict what and what? Because it sounds like this empowering women, right? It's a passion project kind of thing, right?
Yes.
And then how is that? Because when you say conflicting, right, it sounds like it's either or. You can only have this or that.
Yeah.
So, but if it's your passion project, at the same time, how does that affect your financial consultant business?
I would have this fear, like whether or not I would, because of this project, I would need to sort of sacrifice my financial consulting
time.
Yeah. And come to think deeply about that, maybe also I would afraid if people would be confused.
Confused between?
Of my identity.
So between financial consultant and?
Woman empowering. Like, woman empowering.
Can be together, meh?
Actually can. Actually can. And also because I'm finding like different partners to come and do with me, right? So if it's just me, myself, I'm okay. Then when it comes to, we have another partners to come and different parties, which they probably, like for example, PT, Pilate, someone in nutrition. So I have to make sure that they have business. Because to me, I'm someone that I'm okay with anything. I'm okay with I'm having nothing, but then the people who are doing together with me, they may not have the same thoughts as me, like I have to make sure, hey, if we were to do this together, how are you going to be sustainable?
Together means what?
Like, for example, if let's say my clients, okay, they want to sort of like, they want to have a makeover. Okay, so you can go for this coaching, you can go for this program, and that requires, then they will need to pay, my client will need to pay my partner. I won't have a cut or whatsoever, but then just like to sort of have a makeover. Then I'll start to think, does this make sense? Or how can this work better? How can I gel all these women who's having their own businesses, like gel them together and do this together, like also sort of empower their business as well.
Yeah.
And while we are benefiting more women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the question again?
What's the question again? What's the problem again? Maybe this isn't a problem. Maybe the question is what kind of partners I should be looking.
Well, so what's the answer? Well, for one, what I hear is women.
Yeah, women, definitely is women.
Yeah. And it sounds like this, based on what you're sharing, right? It sounds like you are putting together a group of women who can win-win lah.
Yes, that's what I wanted to.
It sounds like that.
Yeah. I'm just not sure what am I actually confusing of. Like, why am I having this?
Is it because, I don't know, is it because the people that the women that you're inviting, right, that's outside your financial consulting industry, like for example with me, right, you invited me, I'm sitting here because I love your passion.
Thank you.
And I really do love your energy, your passion. And I initially, when you first approached me, I was like, okay, so what does this person want?
Right.
And then having spoken to you, it's like, I don't, at that point in time, I don't exactly know what your objective or purpose I can't know. Objective is, but I trusted you. And here I am sitting here. But I only am knowing now about your vision of, having women, empower women together and creating the win-win for everybody. That's why I'm only knowing now. So is there something conflicting? I don't see the conflict. But what as a person that you invited, I didn't know what is it all about. And therefore for me it's not clear. But once you explain, it's like it's clear. It's like you're bringing women together.
Okay. So I should actually just be clear about my vision. Like just
I don't know if that's what you should, but what I'm hearing is you're very, very clear.
Is it? I think I'm not that clear. Like actually, honestly, this is the first time me talking about like my vision in 15 years. I've been having this in my head. Like I wrote it down. Been trying to imagine it like what I want to achieve, and this is the first time like I really said it out loud. Like I want to empower women around the world, not just in Singapore.
So let's play this out. Let's make it even clearer. Like 15 years, what did you write down? What did you write? Like details.
A bit funny though. Like it may sound a bit funny, and it's like in front of this camera.
Even better.
Okay, well, it's okay because I know my view is about like 100 plus 200, at most like 400.
You never know.
Views. So okay.
Maybe after this you will go.
This is funny, because when I went, I went for different classes. Okay, so they will teach us how to set our goal in what smart manner, measurable, must have number, right? Yes, I'm a financial consultant, but me setting money as a target is not my forte, I'm very good in helping clients, but when helping myself is a bit hard. So I said, I want to be a billionaire. But why would I deserve to be a billionaire? That's, to me, is very important. Like every time when I think about making money, I ask myself, why should I deserve this money? right? Because I don't want to chase over the money.
Is that what's in the way of you? Because you mentioned it's very hard for you. It's easy for your client, right?
Yeah.
So is that what's stopping you, or what's in the way of you setting or making it hard for you to set your own number target?
Maybe yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm not really a money person. Like not really like a very calculative, like, oh, I do this, you must give back to me in certain way. I'm not that kind of person. So, but I have to do it. I have to set right. So, okay, yeah. So I also came to learn that we would, the goal post, right, it will never stop. Like when we hit that goal, we will tend to, okay, further a bit. Okay, I can do more. So, okay, so I just said like, it seems like the impossible, like Elon Musk get human to go to Mars, right? So, yeah.
So 15 years, billionaire.
Yeah, billionaire in 15 years. But what would I have by 15 years later is definitely having at least more than the thousands of women around the world that actually either we work together or we partner together to empower women. I'm not sure how it's going to happen, but yeah, that's what I want to do. And I want to have my charitable foundation.
That's cool.
Which have minimally 100 million.
In
15 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I actually imagining myself that I want to just keep flying here and
After
there.
15 years, still flying,
Still flying here and there, but it's actually to do charity.
Okay. In any specific cause?
For women and for children education.
Okay. Oh, see how clear you are.
Yes, and that's in my head. I want to keep flying, okay, just doing good and doing something that, like, even me thinking about it right now, I would just smile, right?
Yeah,
and
very excited.
I want to do that. So happy, right? Don't need to think about money, like just thinking about how to help people.
Although you need money to do that lah.
Yes. So, and I also want to be speaker, because that's another way to empower life, right? Like how I actually came all the way to that.
There were only 15 years or not?
Maybe, okay, it's the journey. Maybe 15 years, by then the story will be different.
Maybe in 15 years, you are the person to go to when it comes to being a speaker. Like, if anybody were to ask for, okay, I want to have a speaker, right? You're the go-to person. But to become a speaker, I think only 15 years, right?
Yeah. Now can, right? Yes, you're right. Okay. You're right, Sophie. Okay. Must be specific. Yes. Okay.
It's goosebumps, man.
And what else? I actually also had this vision of me. I don't need any branded thing to match with my identity. Like, instead of getting hundred thousands to get a mess, I would actually picturing myself bringing nothing, but I can do charity. It's like but a sports car must have. That's my dream. I want to have a Lamborghini. That's my dream. From
When do you want to have it?
40 years old.
7 years time.
Yeah, 7 years time.
Why Lamborghini?
Because it was the car that the Need for Speed game. the Need for Speed. No, the game that I played since I was young with my brothers. I always chose Lamborghini. And I want a green one.
I was about to ask what color.
Green color.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, actually that's my vision that I have for myself.
When you are that, right? When you are that person that you envision yourself to be, how is it different from now?
That's a very good question. How is it different from now? Like,
what is in your way to be that person that you are? I mean, yes, I get the tangible goals, right? But in terms of who you are
today,
how is it different from that person that you envision?
Actually, no difference. No difference.
Okay.
The things that different is just like the tangible thing.
So you give yourself 15 years to get there. It's very clear. So where are you now? Where do you think you are now?
Maybe at a starting point. Yeah. That's why I told myself also, within the next 5 years, I must at least top of the table, right? If not, how am I gonna have that resources, that money, and that time to at least I have to at least have a team to do this together with me.
And this means what? To do this,
like to do this financial consulting business with me, that I have another resources.
Yeah. Do you have? It sounds like you hesitate whenever it comes to financial consulting. And even the way you say it, you hesitate. Do you feel like that?
I feel like,
why?
I don't know why.
Have you had any experience that any experience that caused you to because everything else, like your passion, you say so much passion and pride, right? But being the financial part, it feels like there's some sort of like hesitation.
I feel that also.
Because I mean, if it's I mean, you've been doing it for 7 years, right? And we'll continue to do this, I assume.
Yes. Why? I think it's a very good question, though.
If you don't mind me asking, right? How have you been performing in this financial consulting?
To me, myself can be better. To other people, they think I'm very good already. But to me, it's always, no, I'm not hitting my goal yet because I want to be a TOT, right? I want to be top of the table. It's just the question is, why top of the table?
TOT is how many of COT?
2 times of COT, so it's 6 times of MDRT.
Okay. And it's consecutive, right?
In 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have done COT?
No, MDRT. Most like close to 2 times of MDRT.
Okay. It's 2 times consecutive in a year?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, maybe it's because of, back to the money thing. Maybe it's because like when I talk about this, right, so means I have to go and sell client.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe because of this, like I'm really very hesitating to, I don't like to sell. I always put myself in a position whereby I'm a consultant, like I consult you.
So you don't want to hard sell, is it?
I don't hard sell at all.
So then how have you been getting business?
Actually, my client will come to me. My client will come to me actually.
Through referral and all that?
Referral. Actually, not much referral if go by percentage. The referral all come naturally. I never ask for referral. There's referral, but they all come naturally.
Wow, that's
not much yet lah, because maybe my client all think I do it very good. All think I'm doing very good. Like don't need referral. So
maybe that's the vibe they're giving also. Don't come to me.
Yeah. Actually, my client will come to me.
And your clients usually stay with you for a long time.
Yeah.
So that means you give value, what?
Yeah, I give value.
Yeah.
I give value, and then they come to me, they will ask me as and when they needed the planning. That's how I sustain. I don't go and text them. Unless really something that is very, very good, I know suited them, then I text them. Then they know, okay, something that I need to look at.
Yeah. So they trust you.
Yeah.
And even with my experience with you, you have this ability to create that trust. Like around the dot. Like, I trust this person.
Yeah. I think Sophie, you're right. I need to go and understand why I would hesitate when I talk about financial consulting.
Would the why matter to you? Like, when you think
why
about
matter to me, I don't know. Like, you're a coach, right? Like,
I don't know. As in, like, once you find out the why, right? What would that why do for you? Once you find out,
maybe to gain more clarity about why I'm hesitating, and see if I can solve this permanently once and for all.
I fix it. or it's not something to be fixed, but maybe through practice, you get better and better at it. I mean, you've been here in this line for 7 years, and based on what you share and based on, your clients sticking with you for so long, right?
Yeah. There's the thing about when we talk about financial planning, right? I may not seem very excited, but if we talk about money and psychology, well, I'm very excited.
What do you mean?
Like, why would you spend more money? Why can't you save money? Or why are you afraid of investing? And why would you fail in a business? It's not about the psychology. It's who you are or what your belief or maybe your upbringing that would affect your decision today. Like, what would you be in debt today? Yeah, why can't you make it in your business? Why are you not having that courage to take risks?
With money lah.
Yeah, with money, yeah. So all this I'm like, okay, if you talk about it, well, I have many things to talk.
Which is the part that adds value to clients also, I believe.
Yeah, like we talk about retirement planning. I actually don't like to ask my client about the number. I always ask them, okay, so let's talk about your lifestyle. What lifestyle you want to have? Why do you want to have that kind of lifestyle? And what's matter to you? Actually, that's my way of consulting my client.
So that they also get clear.
Yes. Yep. They clear about their goal, what they want, and then they will naturally do the number themselves. Yeah. And then whatever number that I put to them, right, it only makes sense.
Yeah, because then there's it's not based on what you want, based on what they want.
Yes, correct. Yeah. That's my style of consulting my client.
Then it's very, we call this very integrous to you, because it's done within your value system.
Yeah.
Right. So then.
Okay.
Because just based on that, it's like, okay, this person cares about my financial situation and what I want financially at the end of my life. So I would totally trust this person, which is you.
Is this something to be proud of?
What?
Like the way I do this? Like how
what's the question? Where's the question coming from? I want to ask you, are you proud of it?
I kind of like it.
Oh yeah.
Just maybe I'm not sure if this really value added my client.
How would you know whether it has value added? Has added value to your clients?
I've never asked. Maybe I should ask.
Yeah. Because we can only speculate right now here. Yeah. But then if it's something that you have if it's a value that you have already provided, or you can always ask for feedback, ma. And based on what I hear, and based on the result that they are still with you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I need to tell my client, I actually don't like to sell your thing. Because really sometimes when I hold Zoom or some event, I just want to value add them, right? But they will ask me, what do you want to sell? I'm like, I get really frustrated. I really get frustrated.
And it could be also because in this industry, I think there are also other there are experiences with other financial consultants, right?
Yes.
So, and it's something that you might not be able to control.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
Yeah.
But what is it that you can control?
It's myself.
Which you have, right? Because it's so difficult to stand out from the...
Yeah.
Right? But you are doing that.
What's my problem again?
I don't know. You there's a conflict, you said.
Yeah. Do you feel a conflict? Or can you see the conflict in me? Or it's just me?
I think I don't see
self-conflicting.
I don't see if you ask me, right, I don't see or sense a conflict in the work you want to do. I do hear a conflict within you with you being in the financial consulting industry and your conversation about money or selling.
Yes.
Yeah. However, it's also, in terms of your 15 years goal, right? What's going to propel you to be able to do the things you want to do is also being successful in your financial consulting industry, which is what top table, right?
Yeah.
So in order to do that, what needs to, there's something in the way lah.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
Because you're so clear. Okay, TOT, very clear.
Yeah.
Okay, so far NDRT twice. What's stopping you from 6 times? Because, I don't know how you work, but based on this conversation, I think the moment you set your mind to something, you will get it one.
Yeah.
Does that resonate with you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then, if you set 6 MDRT, 2 COT within a year, based on your experience, your 7 years, is it possible?
Actually, it's possible.
So
With the
so if I were to ask you, right, what's in the way of having that?
I'm not okay. I cannot say that. I should say that I need improvement in like when we do goal setting, right? I can set a goal, but then when it come to detail, what should be done, step 1, step 2, I'm not that kind of person. I'm not that detailed. I'm just like someone that, okay, give me a direction. I chong, or maybe the wrong way. And then I come back again, then I chong again. Yeah, that's my weakness.
Which is what you've been doing so far lah.
Yeah.
So you so what is what do you term that as a weakness?
Maybe not focused enough. Like when I run, then I say, oh, okay, this is something that I can be done. Okay, I go and do this. Then I run. Okay, maybe this can be done. I go and do this. So it's not laser focus. Like some people would tell me, Candy, if you laser focus, you already a TOT. I know, but I don't want to place my life just laser focus on doing one thing.
Okay, it doesn't sound like this. You can either be laser focused on work or not. Like, can you be, and this is just curious, right? Can you be doing what you love, which is, heart-to-heart dialogues with people, at the same time, be laser focused?
Can. I need to, can. Actually, heart-to-heart dialogue, okay lah. 1 month, maybe 2 episodes only. Doesn't cost me much. Can.
So the what I'm more curious about is, what is it, the not being focused, right? Is it
like, for example, right?
Is it running away from what you're like?
Like for example, okay, this was a recent conversation, me and my husband, okay? So I'm a Enneagram type 7. He's type 6. So type 6 are very laser focused on the goal. I must hit that, okay? I said this year I want to do, I must do that. He is that type. Okay, I don't care. I sacrifice every single thing just to hit my goal. He's that kind of person. I'm not that kind. Like, I want to enjoy life, have a balance while I'm doing my goal. So now comes the problem. I set the goal, TOT. And then my husband will be like, you need to sacrifice. Sacrifices have to be made for you to do that at the first place lah. So then he asked me, because then slowly I'm doing like this woman empowering thing. Then I go and learn about this and that. I go and make more new connection. And then he will start to wondering, are you still running your goal? Are you still having your TOT goal in your mind? Then I told him, I actually came to realize that I'm not that kind of person. Like, okay, this year I want to hit TOT. I have to sacrifice everything to hit my TOT. Or at least after a round of analysis, I figure out my resources, my pool of client, they are not educated enough to invest the amount of money. Then how am I going to be TOT, right? Correct. It's like, it's egg and a chicken problem. It's the resources that I have right now. It's either I get to know more people to bring them as my client. Number 2, I continue to educate my client.
What's the difference?
Actually, it can be done concurrently. So I told my husband, like, that's why now the things that what I'm doing is basically to create a platform for women to play together and money, it will, I mean, definitely you will let me manage your money, what? Like, if not, then how are you going to be sustainable to, how can you spend money, keep playing every year without manage your finances, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I told my husband also, I hope that this community I create, it also sort of like expand my resources. So all this requires time and effort and energy for me to know more people, get more new connection. And then he said, okay. Now I sort of understand, because he was afraid that I already forgotten my TOT goal. So I told him, I said, I came to realize that TOT is actually a progress of me getting better, a progress of my client deserve me to be in that position. But first, I have to empower them first. So I told him, by just thinking about doing TOT, it would really suffocate me. Like, I would feel like I cannot breathe, like,
yeah.
It's just,
it sounds like when you say about talk about TOT, right? It's just like, oh, I need to do TOT, I need to empower, I need to educate, everything in 1 year.
Yes.
Right. So then, can it be done? Of course it can be done, but then, like, some things needs to give.
Yes.
Right. So at this moment, what I'm hearing is, no, I'm not willing to sacrifice that part,
Yes.
because you want it to be long term, you want education first. So then if I were to ask you, right, okay, how long do you foresee yourself educating them for them to be ready and for you to get your TOT?
To educate my client, I would say, okay, because previously I don't really do much of event for my client.
And this is existing and new clients, right?
Existing and new client, yes.
New, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, so previously I didn't do much of event, and I went out, know a lot of other financial consultants, they hit TOT. I keep asking them, what's one thing that you do differently that make you hit your TOT? And then they say event. So no, I get it. Okay, event. Okay. So I've never tried that, a lot of events. So, but I came to know that they actually do minimally 12 events a year. Like,
wow, at least once a month.
Yeah. So like by June, she hit her TOT already. And the event that she does, not just like financial consulting only, like she does many, many interesting things. So I learn because this is something that I would say my current environment couldn't provide me this kind of information. So I have to go out there and learn and be curious about it.
Yep.
It takes time for me to really sit down and think about, okay, look, my business model is wrong. I cannot keep being this busy and not planning. So the past 2 months, I've been sitting down and really think about how I want to plan my business out.
Yeah. It's been more effective in your use.
Yes.
So you find yourself being busy, but then it doesn't create the result that you want.
Yeah. So I keep telling myself, be patient. I have to lay out the foundation, have to properly lay out the foundation, think about what I want to do, not the instant gratification, okay? I have to be patient. So
how would that, when you said like TOT goal, there's a number to it. So how would you know whether your clients are educated? Because you say one part is education, right? How would you know that they're educated?
This is what this is what I did recently, that I realized, oh my God, no wonder I'm not a TOT. Like my client, their investment value, not investment, but their AUM sort of like with their saving endowment, retirement, whatsoever. Not even at that level. What makes me think that I can be a TOT, right?
I don't know.
Like, I mean, if averagely, like my client, they are just maybe saving few thousand a year. Of course, I'm not going to be TOT, because I'm not educate them enough to know that, hey, you have to build your money up, because it's not for me, but it's for your future.
Yeah. And what does that take you? Like what, in order for them to know that, what would that need for you?
Educate them.
And educate also means?
To them.
Yes. When it comes to your financial consulting, what does it mean also? In other words, is there a possibility that you need to sell them things so that they can start saving?
Yes.
Yeah. So that if there's resistance to it, how to sell?
Yeah.
Or it's also to look for a high, I don't know, again, I'm not from industry, look for more clients who can be ready while you spend your time educating the others. So you're having that mix, like it sounds like, but that really takes for you to go out there.
Yeah.
And I know you don't like the word, but the most direct word is sell lah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can call it any other thing.
Yeah. New insight about myself. Hate selling. Okay.
You hate selling, but you're in the financial.
Just gotten to know it. I hate selling.
But you're in sales.
Yeah, I'm in sales. And I keep telling people, everyone is selling themselves. What? Like, I'm selling my personalities, I'm selling, but then,
true.
Actually, now then I realize deep down I hate selling.
Maybe it's changing the narrative you have about selling. All right? Because selling is probably in order to get to where you want, which is the vision, which is a great vision, right? A part of it is to, in a way, sell yourself. What?
Yeah.
Because if you want to be, like, for example, the top person to look for is because the speaker, how would I know you are top? I mean, yes, I can look for referral.
So, Sophie, you are saying that I have to normalize with the word selling.
I don't know if you have to, but what I know is there is a conversation or resistance to selling or to your line of work.
Yeah.
Right? Now, that's what I hear. Now, which is that resistance might be in the way of you getting to where you want to go. It is. Whether it's faster or I don't know.
Yeah.
But if that, because earlier on we mentioned that, in your 15-year goal, to be able to have that, right? In order to support that, you also need your financial business to be top lah.
Yeah, correct.
So in order for it to be top, right, then there are something that's not working right now lah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. And when I say not working, it just means that you want it, right? But there's a conversation that's either keeping you far from it or not there yet or whatever.
Yeah, it's so funny, right? Like, I can sell my idea so easily. I can sell my vision so easily, but not the financial consulting products. I can sell the concept very easily.
And the thing is, you are actually doing it because you are actually adding value. You're actually understanding your clients.
Yeah.
With like you say, the psychology of money, right? They have that actually is value add.
Oh my God, I should record a video and share this to my client vulnerably. Like, I should actually let them know my resistance. And
because and I hear that, right? And you never know, when you embrace that part of you, say, I'm good financial consultant. I care about you.
Yeah.
Which I feel from you a lot of care lah.
Yeah.
And sincerity.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm not sure if that's a have to. Yeah. Right? You could try it.
I think it's something that maybe is something that I think I should really share to my client, because to at least vulnerably let them know I'm struggling because of all these images that, like, I know, like, you've been through certain, maybe some black sheep in the same industry, like there's no trust, like, at all with financial consultant, but
And if you're here to create a different impression of the industry, to change the impression of the industry, it takes guts.
Yeah. Correct. Yes. True.
And it goes back to what you shared earlier on about the, how you said, I don't dare to set this number because I don't know if I'm worth.
Yeah. Like, afraid of being successful.
Yeah. So when I ask about, if I ask you from that point of view, when you're successful, what's the fear there? What's the fear of success for you?
I can't think of it.
Is it, I don't know, is it people will have, is it that you have to maintain that, or, I don't know.
The fear of success that I have is probably, I'm not sure if I really can create that. Because I mean, if I were to be at the level, it's everything going to be from the scratch, that I build it from the scratch, right? So I'm not sure if I'm able to do that, build that.
Next question, why 15 years?
Logically, maybe 15 years is make more sense to do
So
that.
illogically,
Like reasonably, 15 years, quite a good time frame. Yeah, to build. Yeah, of course, everything is, there's a ripple effect and it's like accumulating effort, right? Yeah. Today's session is really good. Oh my God, thank you. It's like, wow, it really touches my heart here. Like, what am I resist of selling? I really want to share this to my clients. Yeah.
Sell your pride.
At least they should know what I want to build, right?
Yeah, and I believe this. Like when you get feedback from your clients, I don't know. On one hand, I think that you'll be surprised by the answer. On the other hand, I also feel that you won't be surprised because you believe in what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only part that's in the way is the word selling, because all that you do leads to that.
Yeah. True.
Right. So if that word doesn't work for you, yes, we can change the narrative of that word, or we can just don't use this word lah.
Yeah. I think changing the narrative of the words is I think it's better. Like,
it's more sustainable lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then my question to you now, is it important for you to know why? I don't know. Why and then what?
Yeah.
Or what's more important to you, what you want to create towards your 15-year goal? I mean, yes, we can first spend time understanding, how did it come about? Why? Yes, I mean, we can spend time finding out. And then the question be, and then what? What would that do?
Yeah.
Would that affect where you want to go or how you want to get there? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. I guess the self-awareness or the realization is the first step that this will really change a lot.
Yeah.
Like it will really change a lot because now that I'm aware of this, yeah, I can, at least I can face it, I can handle this.
Yeah. So what's going to be interesting is moving forward, right? Now that you're aware of this, right, is that, okay, I want to get there, right? And you know that, in order to get there, I need to sell, okay? and then the best part about that is, okay, I have a resistance to that. Yeah. Okay lah, never mind lah. I bite the bullet, I do whatever I need to do for that and see what happens. Because it doesn't mean that once you find out why, you don't have resistance. You will still have the resistance.
At least know, okay, this don't want to sell thoughts come in really. Okay, stop it.
Yeah. or my trainer always likes to do this. Bye brain.
Yeah, it's all the brain thing.
Yeah, and it might. I guess you must have, or you might have experiences in the past that caused you to have that belief like selling is whatever, right? And it takes practice to change the narrative.
Okay, this session is so good that I have to ask, Sophie, do you do like one-to-one consultation to?
I don't do consulting. I do coaching.
Coaching, yeah, the coaching. Sorry, oh my God, see, one-to-one coaching with like what kind of profile of client you're looking at, or any?
For me, it's, you won't believe this, but I have my vision handwritten, and stuck on my wall, my door behind my chair. It's actually to work with women from all over the world. And because my line is coaches, right? So then it's actually working with women coaches so that we can empower women to create the life they want.
Yes.
So for me, I always believe that my tie is always design the life you want, right, to live, and paint it with colors, whatever colors you want to paint it. So this has always been my vision. Yeah. And what was the question again?
Yeah, like, do you do coaching like with just, let's say, with the audience? Like, if let's say the audience, like, after this episode, they feel like they want to contact with you.
Oh, of course. Yeah, also, yes.
Because some coaches, they only like maybe coach, say, financial consultant, or some they only coach like maybe a certain profile of clients, or maybe they only do business to B2B coaching. You do.
I don't have a profile. However, I do notice that the clients who come to me have a certain type. Okay. It's of a certain type, whether they're in transition, whether they want to break out of where they are now to, just dare to go live the life that they want. Yeah, because a lot of times, many of my clients think that to live the life that they want, they got to sacrifice these other things that they have. Yeah. But it may not be true.
Yes. Seconded. Yeah. Honestly, this episode, it's not turned out to, I never imagined it would turn out to me having a session with Sophie.
Well, it's actually not really a session. It's just my curiosity in your life.
There's no P&C anymore. But it's okay. I mean, I don't need privileges. I mean, whatever things I shared, it meant to be shared. Because it's always happened for a reason, correct?
Yeah.
And I must say that for the audience or my friends, or if you need to have more clarity in your life, awareness, like what I just did, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even realize that. I mean, like, honestly, like once this switch is being identified, it's like, oh, I can off the light and on the light anytime as I wanted. Because previously I was just keeping something in my head that is just not connecting. I didn't know what and why, because even my husband asked me, why are you hesitating of selling? He asked me, he said, he actually saw this in me. He said, but then he think that maybe I was just being overwhelmed with the things that I want to do. But now, actually, Sophie, you made me realize that actually I have been resistant selling all the while. Since day one, I entered this industry. I didn't want to sell.
So why did you come to this industry?
When I entered this industry, right? So like just backtrack a little bit. Like when I entered this industry, we had 6 months of probation, correct? So during that first 4 months, I didn't even had any closure. But my friends all roadshow, all closed already, like 10, 20, 50,000. So there was one day I sat at Boon Lay MRT station for a few hours. I sat there at the platform. I watching people walk past. I'm like thinking about life. I was thinking about life. I asked myself, why can't I sell? Then I asked myself, am I not persuasive? No, I am persuasive. Am I not enough knowledge? No, I've been through the exam. And then I realized, then it's just suddenly I came to realize that actually, yes, I don't want to be a sales girl. Like I keep seeing myself as a sales girl. That just somehow hinder me from doing things. And then I start to brainwashing myself. Okay, I'm not a sales girl. I'm a financial consultant. I'm a consultant now. Okay, if I'm not a consultant today, I'm a lawyer in Malaysia already. I'm a lawyer by right. I'm a lawyer. Okay, so I just brainwashed myself to try to bring myself up. And after that, wow, all the way closure already. Like there's no problem for me to close because to me, I just told myself I'm a consultant. I'm not a sales girl.
So then what happened?
I think now it's just maybe to progress to another level. I have to again
maybe have the chat with go to Boon Lay MRT, go have your little chat with yourself. Then maybe that's where you go.
Yeah,
because you have all the answers.
Yeah, it's just that you actually brought this point to me. Yes, and then sort of it linked back. Yeah, I had this problem when I first started.
Yeah, so yeah,
it's like now the investment, now the chart is like that down. Okay, I need to go back up. It's like the next high will be higher than the last low lah. So okay.
Yeah, the thing is, you have options.
Yeah.
And you chose to be in this line.
Yeah, I chose to.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Could you have chosen something that's non-sales related? Like you said, right? I didn't know
never.
that you're a Blitz lawyer, okay?
I chose not to be a lawyer, and I don't want to be a lawyer. I didn't want to be a lawyer.
Yeah. So, but there's an option. It could have been more aligned to not selling. Yeah. You could have done, but you chose this for a reason.
Yeah, for the value that I see behind all this.
Yeah, which they won. Okay.
Yeah, I believe this is a breakthrough point, not just me, myself, but for my client as well. Yeah. And I believe it's about the time that I shared to them, like after so many years, this is what my progress and my struggle and what I have been trying to break.
Yeah.
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 Right.
Right.
Oh my God. I should pay you, Sophie.
No. This is a conversation, so I'm more than happy to have this conversation with you. And again, to me, that wasn't. I sincerely wanted to be. I was really curious about your story.
So now, I satisfy your curiosity.
Yes, very much. Yeah, because I'm really curious about. You could be doing so many other things. Why this? As in this, this empowering women.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm very, that resonates very deeply with me and for me. Yeah.
I do know about your vision. I mean, we should actually have another episode. Sorry, audience. I mean, this becomes like my private session already. So we should have another session, to be fair, for Sophie to share about her story. Now today suddenly I'm the guest, she's the host already. We didn't plan it that way.
Exactly.
It's like, okay.
It actually was unplanned. Everything was unplanned.
We should really set another session and the audience would be like, oh my God.
What is this going to be like now?
Yeah. Thank you, Sophie.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. And I really, to be honest, I'm really inspired and empowered by you, the passion that you have, and the honesty, the openness that you have. And this is our first time meeting, and this is really...
It's really hard for me to say it, but because of because I believe everything's happened for a reason, and yeah, I have to share it. Maybe it's just the time for me to share it about my vision and everything.
Yeah, I think the world needs to hear your vision.
And I feel so much better after crying out loud. It's like crying out, it's just like everything's smooth already. It's like, okay, now I'm okay. It's like, I'm all right already. Okay, I found the problem. Okay. At least, and a solution.
So what's the solution?
To share this with my client openly, vulnerably, I actually shouldn't hide this from them, and they should know that I have been struggling from this, so that they would know that what I'm trying to build for them next year is really, really what's close to my heart. Like whatever events I plan out for them is really what I want to do, and I'm enjoying doing that.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great action to take. So then after doing that, is it possible that they still think that you're selling?
Yes.
Yeah. And?
It's okay. I'm selling myself.
You're adding value.
Yeah, I'm adding value.
You have always added value from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I'm always adding value.
Yeah.
I know. My clients love me. They love me, just that not everyone have to keep saying I love you, right? So
well, you can request for that. Would you say from how I look at it, because of the value that you add, right? Why not have more people have that? More people can have to enjoy the value that you add.
Yeah.
More people can be more educated.
Yeah.
In financial planning or and as you go and sell yourself, are there going to be naysayers? Are there going to be people who don't agree with what?
Definitely yes. Yeah, there's always 80-20%.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to get through myself.
And what's the way of getting through yourself?
I'm selling.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm selling myself.
Or just what I call this is baby steps. Put your baby. It's not so much a to-do list either, but you put in practices.
Okay.
Like it could sound like It could sound, I mean, one of it could be, but yours is like big production. Yours is really like event or tell your clients. You could start with one client. You could start 2 clients, or you could start with your team, or your friends, and then to get that muscle memory going.
Yes. True.
Yeah, because it's either go big or go home. Then quite scary.
Yeah, quite scary.
Yeah.
So I'm a risk taker, but no, not every time can take risk.
You are a risk taker, except that part, is it?
Yes. yes, except that part.
Then why are you quite reasonable with yourself?
Oh my God. Okay. I should talk to my husband already. Oh my God. I found a reason why.
Actually, your husband has always known lah.
Yeah. Thank you, Sophie.
Thank you. I'm still looking at time. You need to. You have a plane. You have a plane to catch.
Yes. Thank you, Sophie. And yes, audience, I will promise I'll bring Sophie back ASAP. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
For your help.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Thank you.